Hello, and welcome to Edge of Mind. Tonight, I want to take you on a journey. Not a journey you have to walk or drive or fly, a journey you can take from right where you are. We are going to travel farther than any human has ever traveled, past the moon, past the planets, past the stars you can see in the night sky, all the way to the edge of everything we know, and maybe a little bit beyond. If you are listening tonight, let me know where in the world you are. Drop a comment and share your corner of the universe. I always like knowing where these journeys are landing. So let your body settle, let your breathing slow down, and let me tell you a story about a map, the biggest map ever made, a map of everything that exists. This story begins a long time ago, on a night much like this one. Imagine a person standing outside thousands of years ago. No city lights anywhere, no cars, no phones, no screens, just darkness and silence, and the sky above. They look up, and what they see takes their breath away. Stars, thousands of them, more than they could ever count, stretching from horizon to horizon like scattered diamonds on black velvet. They do not know what stars are. They do not know how far away they are. They do not even know that the ground beneath their feet is a ball floating in space. But they feel something, a sense of wonder, a sense that there is more out there than they can understand, a sense that the sky is telling them a story, if only they could learn to read it. And so they begin to watch, night after night, season after season, year after year. They notice that the stars move together, like a great wheel turning slowly through the night. They notice that some stars are brighter than others. They notice patterns, shapes, pictures in the sky. They give these patterns names: a bear, a hunter, a serpent, a queen. They tell stories about them. They use them to navigate across land and sea. They build calendars around them. This was the first map of the universe, not drawn on paper, but held in memory, passed down from parent to child. A map made of stories and wonder and careful watching. For thousands of years, this was enough. The stars were lights in the sky, fixed and eternal. The earth was the center of everything. The universe was small and human and full of meaning. It was a beautiful picture, and it was about to change forever. Let your body sink a little deeper into whatever is holding you. Feel the weight of your arms and legs. Feel your breathing, slow and steady. There is nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to do. Just listen and let the story carry you. About 400 years ago, a man in Italy pointed a new invention at the sky. It was a tube with glass lenses inside, a telescope. He looked at the moon and saw mountains and craters. He looked at Jupiter and saw tiny points of light circling around it, moons orbiting another world. He looked at the Milky Way, that faint band of light stretching across the sky, and he saw that it was made of stars, countless stars, too faint and too close together for the naked eye to separate. In that moment, the universe grew larger. What had seemed like a dome of fixed lights became something deeper, something vaster, something that stretched away in all directions farther than anyone had ever imagined. The map was being redrawn. Over the next few centuries, telescopes got bigger and better. Astronomers counted stars and measured their positions. They calculated distances using clever tricks of geometry and light. And with each new discovery, the universe expanded. They learned that the sun is a star, just one star among billions in a great spiral galaxy we call the Milky Way. They learned that the faint smudges they could see through their telescopes were not clouds of gas but other galaxies, other island universes, each containing billions of stars of their own. They learned that the nearest star to our sun is so far away that light, the fastest thing there is, takes more than 4 years to travel between them. And light moves at 670 million miles per hour. They learned that the galaxy is 100,000 light-years across, that the nearest large galaxy is over 2 million light-years away, that there are hundreds of billions of galaxies in the observable universe. The numbers became impossible to hold in a human mind. The distances became meaningless. Too big, too far, too much. And yet, the map kept growing. Take a slow breath. Feel the air filling your lungs. Feel your chest rise and fall. You are lying here on this small planet, listening to a story about the vastness of space. And somehow that is peaceful. Somehow the bigness of it all makes this moment feel precious and safe. Let me tell you about the edge of the map. There is a limit to how far we can see. Not because our telescopes are not good enough, not because there is a wall out there blocking our view, but because of light and time. When you look at the stars, you are looking back in time. The light from the nearest star left that star 4 years ago. The light from distant galaxies left millions or billions of years ago. The farther you look, the further back in time you see. And there is a limit to how far back you can look. About 13.8 billion years ago, the universe was so hot and dense that light could not travel freely. Before that moment, the universe was opaque, like trying to see through thick fog. That fog is the edge of our map. We can see right up to it. We can detect the faint glow of light from that time, stretched and cooled over billions of years into a whisper of microwave radiation that fills all of space. But we cannot see beyond it. The fog hides whatever came before, if there even was a before. The observable universe, the part we can map, stretches about 93 billion light-years across. It contains roughly 2 trillion galaxies. Each galaxy contains hundreds of billions of stars. Many of those stars have planets. The numbers are staggering. The scale is beyond imagination. And this is just the part we can see. What lies beyond the edge of the map? More universe? Probably. Space continuing outward. Galaxies beyond galaxies, stretching perhaps forever. But we cannot know for certain. The light from out there has not had time to reach us yet. Maybe it never will. For now, the edge of the observable universe is the edge of our knowledge, the boundary of the map, the place where certainty fades into mystery. And there is something beautiful about that, something peaceful about knowing that the universe still has secrets, that no matter how far we look, there is always more, always another horizon. Let your eyes stay closed. Let your thoughts drift like clouds. The universe is vast and old and full of wonders, and you are here, part of it, resting inside it, safe and held. Let me tell you about some of the things we found while making this map. We found planets around other stars, thousands of them. Some are giants made of gas, larger than Jupiter. Some are small and rocky, like Earth. Some orbit in the zone where liquid water could exist on their surface. We do not know if any of them hold life. We have not found a signal, not heard a whisper, but the numbers are staggering. Billions of planets in our galaxy alone. The possibility feels less like fantasy and more like probability. Somewhere out there, perhaps, other eyes are looking up at other skies, wondering the same things we wonder. We found that the universe is expanding. The galaxies are moving apart from each other, like dots on a balloon being inflated. The space between them is stretching, carrying them away. This means the universe was smaller in the past. If you run the expansion backward, everything gets closer and closer together, hotter and hotter, denser and denser, until you reach a moment when everything was compressed into something unimaginably small. That moment is what we call the Big Bang. Not an explosion in space, but an expansion of space itself, the beginning of everything we can see. We found that the universe is filled with things we cannot see. Dark matter, which holds galaxies together with its gravity, but does not shine or reflect light. Dark energy, which pushes the expansion faster and faster. Together, they make up most of what exists, and we have no idea what they really are. The map has blank spaces, mysteries yet to be solved, questions that might take generations to answer. And somehow, that is comforting. It means the story is not over. It means there is still more to discover. It means the wonder does not have to end. Breathe slowly. Feel how your body has relaxed. Feel how the world outside this moment has faded away. There is just you, and the darkness behind your eyes, and the sound of these words carrying you gently through the night. Let me tell you about something beautiful that happens when we look at the edge of the map. When astronomers point their telescopes at the most distant galaxies, they are seeing light that has traveled for billions of years to reach us. They are seeing those galaxies as they were in the distant past, when the universe was young. The farther they look, the younger the universe appears. At the very edge, they see galaxies just forming, clumps of gas collapsing into the first stars, light emerging from the darkness for the first time. It is like looking at a baby picture of the universe, seeing how it all began, watching the first light dawn over the cosmos. And when they look at the faint glow from the very beginning, the microwave background radiation, they see something remarkable: tiny variations in temperature, subtle ripples in the fog. These ripples are the seeds of everything, small differences in density that over billions of years grew into galaxies and clusters of galaxies. The slight unevenness that allowed structure to form, the pattern that became the cosmic web. We are looking at the blueprint of the universe, the original design, still visible after all this time, and we can read it. We can understand it. We can trace our own origins back to those ancient ripples. That is what the map shows us. Not just where things are, but how they came to be. Not just the present, but the past. Not just locations, but stories. Every galaxy on the map has a history. Every star has a biography. Every atom in your body has a journey that stretches back billions of years. The map is not just a picture, it is a memory. The universe remembering itself. And you are part of that memory, part of that story, part of the map. Let that thought settle over you like a warm blanket. You belong here. You are made of the same stuff as stars and galaxies. You are the universe knowing itself, resting in itself, dreaming of itself. Let me tell you about the people who make the maps. Astronomers spend long nights in observatories on mountaintops. They wait for clear skies and dark hours. They point their instruments at tiny patches of sky and collect light, photon by photon. Some of them study galaxies so far away that the light has been traveling since before the Earth existed. Some of them study planets orbiting nearby stars, looking for signs of atmospheres, hints of water, possibilities of life. Some of them build computer simulations, modeling how the universe evolved from those first ripples to the vast web of galaxies we see today. They watch virtual universes grow and compare them to the real one, testing their theories against the evidence of light. It is slow work, patient work, the kind of work that takes lifetimes, passed from one generation to the next. But slowly, carefully, the map grows. Details are filled in. Blank spaces are explored. The picture becomes clearer, and what they have found is breathtaking. A universe far stranger and more beautiful than anyone imagined. A cosmos full of wonders that would have seemed like magic to our ancestors. Black holes, where gravity is so strong that nothing can escape. Neutron stars, spinning hundreds of times per second, beaming radiation across the cosmos. Nebulae, vast clouds of gas and dust where new stars are being born. Colliding galaxies, merging over millions of years in slow-motion dances. Supernova explosions, bright enough to outshine entire galaxies for a brief moment. Planets with diamond rain and methane seas and skies of exotic colors. The universe is not empty. It is not cold and dead. It is alive with activity, change, transformation. Things are always happening, even in the quietest corners of space. And all of it is there on the map, waiting to be discovered, waiting to be understood, waiting for someone to look up and wonder. Your breathing has probably slowed by now. Your body has probably grown heavy. The day is fading away, replaced by this gentle darkness, this soft voice, this story that asks nothing of you but to listen. Let me tell you what the map means for us here on Earth. When you look at the night sky, you are seeing the map. Every star you can see is a point on that map. Every faint smudge of light is a galaxy, a collection of billions of stars, each one a sun. You are standing on a small planet, orbiting an ordinary star, in the outer arm of a spiral galaxy, in a universe of 2 trillion galaxies. That could make you feel small, insignificant, lost, but there is another way to see it. Of all those trillions of galaxies, all those countless stars, all those numberless worlds, this is where you are. This is where life arose. This is where consciousness emerged. This is where beings learn to look up and wonder and map the heavens. You are not lost. You are located. You have a place in the map, a specific coordinate in space and time, a unique point of view on the whole vast picture. And from that point of view, you can see it all. You can hold the entire observable universe in your mind. You can contemplate distances that would take millions of lifetimes to travel. You can think about things that happened billions of years before you were born. The map exists because you exist, without conscious beings to make it, to study it, to wonder at it. The universe would just be, it would not know itself. It would have no map, because there would be no one to draw one. You are the part of the universe that makes maps, that tells stories, that asks questions, that wonders. That is not small, that is extraordinary. Let your mind drift now. Let the thoughts become softer, less focused. You do not need to hold on to anything. The universe will still be there in the morning. The stars will still be burning. The map will still be growing. For now, just rest. Let me tell you about the edge, one more time. The place where the map fades into mystery. When astronomers look at the very edge of the observable universe, they are looking at light that has traveled for almost the entire age of the cosmos to reach us. Light that left its source when the universe was young, when the first galaxies were just forming, when everything was closer together and hotter and brighter. That light has been on a journey for billions of years, crossing the emptiness between galaxies, passing through the voids and the filaments of the cosmic web, traveling through the expanding space, stretched and reddened by the journey. And now, after all that time, it reaches us. It enters our telescopes. It lands on our detectors. It becomes information, knowledge, a piece of the map. Think about that. Light that has been traveling since before the Earth existed, before the sun was born, finally arriving here, now to be seen by us. We are witnesses to the ancient universe, receivers of messages sent before there was anyone to receive them. The universe has been broadcasting since the beginning, and we have just learned to tune in. There is something sacred about that, something that feels like connection, like the universe wanted to be known, and waited patiently for beings like us to evolve and build telescopes and start paying attention. Maybe that is fanciful. Maybe the universe does not want anything. Maybe it just is, without purpose or intention. But we can want, we can intend. We can reach out across the billions of light years with our instruments and our curiosity and our wonder. We can receive the ancient light and feel something. That feeling is real. That connection is real. The map is a love letter from the universe to itself, and we are the ones reading it. If you are enjoying this journey, feel free to subscribe to the channel. There are more quiet explorations like this one, more nights of wonder, more stories to carry you gently towards sleep. Your body is heavy now. Your mind is quiet. The world has narrowed down to just this moment, this breath, this gentle voice in the darkness. You are safe. You are held. The universe that made you is still holding you. Let me tell you one more thing before you drift off to sleep. The map is not finished. It will never be finished. There will always be more to discover, more to explore, more to understand. Tomorrow, astronomers will point their telescopes at the sky and gather more light. They will find new galaxies, new planets, new mysteries. They will fill in blank spaces and discover new ones. The edge of the map will always be there, always receding, always inviting us further. And that is beautiful. That is hopeful. It means the story never ends. The wonder never runs out. There is always another horizon. You are part of that story, not just as a witness, but as a participant. Your wondering is part of the universe, wondering. Your curiosity is part of the cosmos exploring itself. When you look up at the stars, you are the universe looking at itself. When you feel awe at the vastness of space, you are the universe feeling awe at its own vastness. When you ask questions about what lies beyond the edge, you are the universe questioning itself. The map beyond the universe is not something scary or alien. It is something beautiful and inviting. It is the next chapter of a story that has been unfolding for billions of years. And you are here to witness it. Whatever lies out there, past the edge of what we can see, it is part of the same cosmos that made you, the same laws of physics, the same fundamental reality. It is not separate from you. It is connected to you. It is, in a sense, you. The universe does not end at the edge of the map. It just becomes unknown. And unknown is not the same as unknowable. It is just not known yet. There is a difference. Someday, perhaps, the map will extend further. New techniques, new instruments, new ways of seeing will push the boundary back. We will learn things about the cosmos that we cannot imagine today. And someday, perhaps not in our lifetime, but someday, we will know more. The map will be bigger and more detailed and more beautiful than ever. Until then, we rest in the mystery. We appreciate how much we have learned and how much there is still to learn. We hold the map gently, knowing it is incomplete, knowing it is precious, knowing it is ours. The map will still be there when you wake. The edge will still be calling. The wonder will still be waiting. But tonight, you do not need to travel anywhere. You do not need to discover anything. You do not need to understand anything. Tonight, you just need to rest, to breathe, to let go. The universe has been here for billions of years. It will be here tomorrow. It will be here for billions more. There is time. There is time. There is always time. You are part of something vast and ancient and beautiful. You belong to the cosmos, and the cosmos belongs to you. You are held by the same gravity that holds galaxies together. You are made of the same atoms that make stars shine. Let me tell you about something that happens when you truly understand how big the universe is. At first, it can feel overwhelming. The numbers are too large. The distances are too great. You feel small and insignificant, a tiny speck on a tiny planet, orbiting an ordinary star in an ordinary galaxy among trillions of galaxies. But if you sit with that feeling, something changes. The smallness stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like a relief. Think about it this way. All your worries, all your problems, all the things that keep you up at night, they are real and they matter to you. But they are also small compared to the vastness of everything. The universe has been here for 13.8 billion years. It has seen stars born and die. It has watched galaxies collide and merge. It has held countless worlds through countless ages. Your troubles, whatever they are a small part of a very big story. They are real, but they are not everything. They are a moment, not an eternity. There is comfort in that. When things feel too heavy, you can remember the scale of things. You can remember that the universe is vast and old and patient. You can remember that this too shall pass, because everything passes, and that is okay. The stars do not worry. The galaxies do not fret. They simply exist, doing what they do, following the laws of physics, burning and turning and drifting through the dark. You can learn from them, not to stop caring, but to hold your cares more gently, to remember that you are part of something much larger, and that larger thing is holding you. Breathe that in. Let the vastness of space give you permission to let go of what you are holding too tightly. The universe has room for your troubles, and room for your rest, and room for everything in between. Let me tell you about the silence of space. In the movies, space is full of sound. Explosions, boom, engines roar, music swells. But real space is silent. Sound needs a medium to travel through, like air or water. In the vacuum of space, there is nothing to carry sound waves. If you were floating between the stars, you would hear nothing at all. This silence is not empty. It is full of light. Radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays. The electromagnetic spectrum is alive with signals, carrying information across the cosmos. But to human ears, there would be only silence, a profound, absolute quiet that we can barely imagine. Some people find that thought frightening, all that emptiness, all that silence, stretching away forever. But you can also find it peaceful. The universe is not shouting at you. It is not demanding anything. It is simply there, vast and quiet, holding everything in its stillness. Right now, as you lie here, space extends above you, through the atmosphere, past the moon, past the planets, into the silent depths between the stars. That silence is there, always, just beyond the thin layer of air that surrounds our planet. Let the silence hold you, not the scary silence of abandonment, but the peaceful silence of presence. The universe is quiet because it has nothing to prove. It simply is. You can be quiet too. You can let go of the noise in your mind. You can rest in the vast silence that holds everything. Let me tell you about the people who dream of going to the stars. For most of human history, the stars were unreachable. They were lights in the sky, beautiful, but impossibly far away. The idea of traveling to them was pure fantasy. But we have taken the first steps. We have sent people to the moon. We have sent robots to Mars, to Jupiter, to Saturn, to Pluto, and beyond. We have launched spacecraft that have left the solar system entirely and are now drifting into interstellar space. Those spacecraft will travel for tens of thousands of years before they come close to another star. They carry messages from Earth, greetings in many languages, music and images, in case anyone out there ever finds them. They are bottles thrown into the cosmic ocean, messages in a bottle, drifting toward shores we will never see. Some people dream of faster travel, of engines that could cross the light years in a human lifetime, of colonies on other worlds, around other stars, of a future where humanity spreads across the galaxy. Maybe that will happen someday. Maybe our descendants will look back at us the way we look back at those first stargazers and marvel at how little we knew, how small our map was. Or maybe we will always be bound to this small corner of the cosmos. Maybe the distances are just too great, the energy required too immense. Maybe Earth is our home forever. Either way, we can dream, we can imagine. We can look at the stars and feel the pull of possibility. And in a sense, we have already reached the stars, not with our bodies, but with our minds. We have seen them, studied them, understood them. We have reached out with our instruments and our mathematics and our curiosity, and we have touched them. The map is a form of travel. Every time we learn something new about a distant galaxy, we have gone there in a way. Every time we understand something about the universe, we have expanded our presence in it. You do not need a spaceship to travel to the stars. You just need wonder. You just need curiosity. You just need to lie here in the dark and let your mind drift outward, past the moon, past the planets, into the endless deep. You are doing that right now. You are traveling without moving. You are reaching the stars without leaving your bed. That is the magic of consciousness. That is the gift of imagination. The universe is far too big to visit with our bodies, but our minds can go anywhere. Let your mind wander now. Let it drift among the stars. Let it float through the cosmic web, past galaxies and clusters of galaxies, all the way to the edge of the map and beyond. You are free. In your imagination, there are no limits. The universe is yours to explore. Let me tell you about what might be out there. We do not know if there is other life in the universe. We have looked, but we have not found any definite signs yet. The silence is curious. With so many stars, so many planets, you might expect the cosmos to be buzzing with signals, but maybe life is rare. Maybe the conditions have to be just right, and those conditions are uncommon. Maybe we are one of the first civilizations to arise, or one of the last, or one of the only. Or maybe the universe is full of life, but we just have not detected it yet. Maybe they are too far away. Maybe they communicate in ways we cannot recognize. Maybe they are there, waiting to be found. Either way, we are not alone in a deeper sense. We are part of the universe. The universe gave rise to us. In a way, the universe is our companion, our parent, our home. And if there are others out there, they are our cousins, made of the same elements, following the same physical laws, looking up at the same stars, perhaps wondering the same things we wonder. The thought of other minds, on other worlds, contemplating the same vast cosmos. There is something beautiful about that, something that makes the universe feel less cold, less empty. We are all in this together, even if we never meet. All the conscious beings in the universe, past, present, and future, are part of the same story. The story of the cosmos, waking up to itself. You are part of that story. Whatever else is out there, you are here. You are aware. You are wondering. That matters. In a universe that is mostly empty space and lifeless matter, consciousness is precious. You are precious. Let that sink in as you drift toward sleep. You are rare. You are special. Not because you are better than anyone else, but because you exist at all. Because in all the vastness of space and time, here you are. The universe made you, and in making you, it made something that can appreciate it, can understand it, can love it. That is not nothing. That is everything. Your breathing has become very slow now. Your body is very heavy. The world outside this moment has faded to almost nothing. Let me tell you one last thing. The map will keep growing. Long after you and I are gone, astronomers will still be pointing their telescopes at the sky. They will find things we cannot imagine. They will push the boundaries of knowledge further than we can see. The edge will always be there, always receding, always inviting. And that is good. That is how it should be. A universe without mystery would be a universe without wonder. A universe fully mapped would be a universe fully known, and fully known means nothing left to discover. The mystery is a gift. The unknown is a gift. The edge of the map is where the adventure lives. Someday someone will stand at a new edge, looking at a new horizon, feeling the same wonder you feel now. And the story will continue. The map will grow. The universe will keep revealing itself, piece by piece, to whoever has the patience and curiosity to look. You are part of that chain. You are one of the wanderers. Your curiosity matters. Your awe matters. Your presence in the universe matters. Even if you never discover anything new, even if you never make any scientific contribution, just by wondering, you are participating in the great human project of understanding. Just by feeling awe, you are honoring the universe that made you, and that is enough. That is more than enough. You have traveled far tonight, farther than your body could ever go. You have seen things that light takes billions of years to cross. You have held the whole cosmos in your mind. Tomorrow, it will all still be there. The stars, the galaxies, the vast web of structure, the ancient light, the silent depths, the endless edge, all of it, waiting for you to wonder again. But for now, let me tell you about the first map makers, the ones who started all of this. Long before telescopes, long before writing, long before cities, people were already mapping the sky. They did it with their eyes and their memories and their stories. In ancient Babylon, priests watched the movements of planets and recorded them on clay tablets. They noticed that certain stars rose at certain times of year. They learned to predict eclipses. They created some of the first star catalogs, listing the brightest points of light and their positions. In ancient Egypt, astronomers aligned their pyramids with the stars. They used the sky to mark the flooding of the Nile, the most important event in their agricultural year. The stars were not just beautiful to them. They were practical. They were tools for survival. In ancient China, imperial astronomers kept detailed records of everything unusual in the sky. Comets, supernovae, eclipses. They believed the heavens reflected events on Earth. A strange light in the sky might mean change was coming. In ancient Greece, philosophers began to wonder about the nature of the stars themselves. Were they fires? Were they holes in a dark sphere letting light through? Were they other worlds? One of them, a man named Aristarchus, proposed that the Earth goes around the sun, not the other way around. He was right, but his idea was too strange for most people to accept. It took almost 2,000 years before the idea came back and stuck. These early mapmakers did not have the tools we have today. They could not measure the distance to a single star. They did not know what stars were made of. They did not know how old the universe was. But they started the journey. They looked up and wondered. They paid attention. They tried to make sense of what they saw. Every map we make today is built on their work. Every discovery we celebrate is a continuation of their curiosity. The line from those ancient watchers to modern astronomers is unbroken. You are part of that line too. When you look up at the night sky and feel wonder, you are doing the same thing humans have done for tens of thousands of years. You are continuing the oldest scientific tradition there is. Let that thought comfort you. You are not alone in your wondering. You never have been. Let your breathing slow even more. Feel how your body has grown so heavy, so relaxed. The story continues, but you do not have to hold onto it tightly. Just let it wash over you like gentle waves. Let me tell you about something called the cosmic distance ladder. One of the hardest problems in astronomy is figuring out how far away things are. When you look at a star, you cannot tell just by looking whether it is a dim star nearby or a brilliant star far away. They might look exactly the same. So astronomers had to be clever. They had to invent methods for measuring distances, one step at a time. The first step uses a simple trick called parallax. Hold your finger up in front of your face and close one eye. Then the other. Your finger seems to jump back and forth against the background. That is parallax. The same thing happens with nearby stars. As the Earth orbits the Sun, our viewpoint shifts. Nearby stars seem to move slightly against the background of more distant stars. By measuring that shift, astronomers can calculate how far away the star is. But parallax only works for stars within a few hundred light years. Beyond that, the shift is too small to measure. So astronomers needed another step on the ladder. They found it in a type of star called a Cepheid variable. These stars pulse, brightening and dimming in a regular rhythm. And there is a relationship between how fast they pulse and how bright they actually are. By measuring how fast a Cepheid pulses, astronomers can figure out how bright it really is. By comparing that to how bright it appears, they can calculate how far away it is. Cepheids can be seen in other galaxies. They were the key to proving that other galaxies exist, that the Milky Way is not the whole universe. But even Cepheids can only be seen so far. For the most distant galaxies, astronomers needed another step. They found it in a type of exploding star called a type Isa supernova. These explosions are all roughly the same brightness, like standard candles scattered across the universe. By finding these supernovae in distant galaxies and measuring how bright they appear, astronomers can calculate how far away those galaxies are. Step by step, rung by rung, the ladder extends outward, each method calibrated by the one before it, each reaching a little further into the dark. It is painstaking work. It requires patience and precision and years of careful observation. But it works. The ladder holds. And because of it, we know the scale of the universe. We know that the nearest large galaxy, Andromeda, is about 2.5 million light-years away. We know that the farthest galaxies we can see are more than 13 billion light-years away. We know the size of the observable universe, all because people figured out how to measure distance, one step at a time, across the unimaginable vastness of space. Rest now. Let your mind float. You do not need to understand every detail. Just feel the patience of it. The slow, careful, beautiful work of building a ladder to the stars. Let me tell you about what the universe looks like at the largest scale. If you could zoom out far enough, past individual galaxies, past clusters of galaxies, you would see something remarkable. The universe has a structure, a pattern, a shape. Galaxies are not scattered randomly through space. They are arranged in long filaments and sheets, surrounding vast empty regions called voids. The whole thing looks like a cosmic web, or a sponge or foam. The filaments are where galaxies cluster together, pulled by gravity into long strings. The voids are where almost nothing exists, just empty space stretching for hundreds of millions of light years. At the intersections of filaments, you find the largest structures in the universe, superclusters, containing thousands of galaxies bound together by gravity. These are the biggest things there are. The nodes of the cosmic web, our own galaxy, the Milky Way, is part of a small group called the local group. The local group is part of a larger structure called the Virgo supercluster. And the Virgo supercluster is just one small part of an even larger structure called Laniakea. Laniakea contains about 100,000 galaxies. It spans 500 million light-years, and it is still just a tiny piece of the observable universe. When you look at maps of this large-scale structure, it looks almost organic, like the branches of a tree, or the veins in a leaf, or the neurons in a brain. The universe has organized itself into patterns that echo patterns we see everywhere. Maybe that is just a coincidence. Maybe it is just what happens when gravity pulls on matter over billions of years. But it is beautiful. It feels meaningful, even if we cannot say exactly what it means. You are part of that structure. Your galaxy is woven into the cosmic web. Your star is part of a filament that stretches across hundreds of millions of light years. You are connected to everything, not just poetically, but physically, gravitationally. Actually, let that connection hold you as you drift towards sleep. You are not floating alone in emptiness. You are embedded in a structure that spans the universe. You belong to something vast. Breathe slowly. Feel your heartbeat. Even now, gravity is holding you to this planet, which is held to the sun, which is held in the galaxy, which is held in the cosmic web. You are woven in. You are part of it all. Let me tell you about the colors of the universe. When we look at space in photographs, we see magnificent colors. Purple nebulae, blue stars, red galaxies, golden clouds of dust. Some of these colors are what our eyes would actually see if we were there. Blue stars really are blue. Red giants really are red. The colors come from temperature, from the elements present, from the physics of light. But many of the most beautiful images have been enhanced. Astronomers often photograph in wavelengths our eyes cannot see, like infrared or X-rays, and then translate those into visible colors. The result is not exactly what we would see, but it reveals truths that visible light alone could not show. In a way, these images are truer than our eyes could ever be. They show us the hot gas between galaxies, the dust lanes where stars are being born, the jets of energy streaming from black holes. They show us the invisible made visible. The universe is full of colors we will never see directly. Radio waves from the hearts of galaxies, gamma rays from the most violent explosions in existence. A whole symphony of light playing all around us that we need special instruments to detect. But it is there, all those colors, all those wavelengths, filling space, carrying information, painting the cosmos in shades we cannot imagine. Even in the darkness of night, the universe is blazing with light. You just need the right eyes to see it. And in a sense, we have given ourselves those eyes, our telescopes, our detectors, our spacecraft. They extend our vision into realms our biology could never reach. They let us see the invisible, hear the silent, touch the untouchable. That is one of the remarkable things about being human. We are limited by our bodies, but not by our minds. We can build tools that transcend our limitations. We can expand our senses to embrace the whole universe. Right now, spacecraft are traveling through the outer solar system, sending back images of worlds no human eye has ever seen directly. Telescopes are orbiting Earth, collecting light from galaxies billions of light years away. Radio dishes are listening to the whispers of pulsars and the roar of black holes. We have extended ourselves across the cosmos. Our presence is everywhere. Our instruments have reached. In a very real sense, we are out there, even though our bodies remain here. And all of that effort, all of that technology, all of that reaching, it is driven by the same impulse that made those first stargazers look up. The impulse to wonder, the impulse to understand, the impulse to map what lies beyond. You share that impulse. You feel it even now, as you lie here in the dark, thinking about the universe. It is part of what makes you human. Honor it, cherish it, let it bring you peace, knowing that you are part of a species that has reached for the stars and touched them. Let me tell you about the future of the universe. The map we have made shows us not just where things are, but where they are going. The universe is expanding, and that expansion is accelerating. Galaxies are moving apart from each other faster and faster. In the far future, billions of years from now, the universe will look very different from what we see today. The galaxies in our local group will merge together into one giant galaxy. But the other galaxies, the ones beyond our local neighborhood, will recede faster than light can travel. One by one, they will cross the cosmic horizon and disappear from view. Eventually, our descendants, if there are any, will look out at a sky with only one galaxy in it. The rest of the universe will be invisible, too far away for its light to ever reach us. The cosmic microwave background will fade. The evidence of the Big Bang will stretch until it is undetectable. Future astronomers might not even know the universe began in a hot, dense state. The clues will have been erased by expansion. Even further in the future, the stars themselves will burn out. One by one, they will exhaust their fuel and fade. The universe will grow dark. Eventually, even the remaining matter will decay. Atoms will fall apart. Black holes will evaporate. The universe will become a thin, cold, empty void, with nothing left but the faintest whisper of radiation spreading through endless space. This sounds sad, and in some ways it is. The universe, for all its current glory, is not eternal. Everything we see will one day be gone, but that day is unimaginably far away. The sun will burn for another 5 billion years. The last stars will shine for trillions of years. The universe has barely begun its history. We are living in the cosmic morning, and knowing that everything will end does not make it less beautiful. It makes it more precious. The stars are shining now. The galaxies are turning now. The light is flowing through space now. This moment, this brief cosmic morning, is ours to witness. We are here, alive, aware, at a time when the universe is full of light and life and possibility. That is a gift beyond measure. So do not mourn the distant future. Celebrate the present. The universe is beautiful right now, and you are here to see it. Let that thought carry you gently towards sleep. The present moment is enough. The current universe is enough. You are enough. Rest now, the far future can wait. Tonight is for peace. Let your eyes stay closed. Let your breathing become even slower, even deeper. Let the last threads of wakefulness dissolve like morning mist. The universe is holding you. The same gravity that holds planets in their orbits is holding you to your bed. The same atoms that make up stars are making up your body. The same laws that govern galaxies are governing your heartbeat. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are made of it. You are in it. You are it. And it is holding you as it has always held you, as it will always hold you. You are safe in its embrace. You are home in its vastness. The map extends in all directions. The story continues forever. But your part tonight is simply to rest, simply to be, simply to let go and trust that the universe will keep turning without your watching. It will. It always does. And when you wake, it will still be there. The stars, the galaxies, the vast web of structure, the ancient light, all waiting for you to wonder again. But that is tomorrow. Tonight is for sleeping. Tonight is for peace. Tonight is for letting the universe hold you while you dream. Let me tell you about the light that fills all of space. There is a glow that comes from everywhere, not from any particular star or galaxy, but from every direction equally. It is the oldest light in the universe. the afterglow of the Big Bang itself. About 380,000 years after the universe began, things had cooled down enough for atoms to form. Before that, the universe was so hot that electrons could not stick to atomic nuclei. Light kept bouncing off free electrons, unable to travel in a straight line. But when atoms formed, the electrons were captured. Light was suddenly free. It streamed out in all directions, filling the young universe with a brilliant glow. That light has been traveling ever since. For 13.8 billion years, it has been crossing space, stretched by the expansion of the universe from visible light into microwaves. Today, we can detect it with special instruments. It is called the cosmic microwave background, and it is one of the most important discoveries in the history of astronomy, because that light carries information. It is like a photograph of the universe when it was only 380,000 years old, a baby picture of everything. And in that photograph, astronomers found the seeds of everything that exists today. Tiny variations in density and temperature, regions that were slightly more crowded than average, which would eventually collapse under their own gravity to form galaxies. We can see our origins in that ancient light, the pattern that became the cosmic web, the seeds that became the stars and planets, and eventually us. The light is still there, filling all of space, passing through you right now. Ancient photons, older than the Earth, older than the sun, passing through your body on their endless journey. You are bathed in the light of creation. It surrounds you always, even if you cannot see it. The universe is always whispering its oldest story, and you are always immersed in it. Let that thought settle around you like a warm blanket. The oldest light in the universe is with you now, has always been with you, will always be with you. Let me tell you about time. When astronomers look at distant objects, they are looking back in time. The light from a galaxy, a billion light-years away, has been traveling for a billion years. We see that galaxy as it was a billion years ago. This means the universe is not just a map of space, it is a map of time. The further out we look, the further back we see. The nearest stars show us a few years into the past. The nearest galaxies show us millions of years. The most distant galaxies show us billions. And the cosmic microwave background shows us the universe as it was 13.8 billion years ago, when it was just a baby. Before any stars had formed, before any galaxies existed, just hot gas and light filling all of space. We cannot see further back than that. The fog of the early universe hides everything before it. But we can infer what must have come before, using physics and mathematics and careful reasoning. Before the fog, the universe was even hotter and denser. Going back further, it was a soup of fundamental particles. Going back even further, all four forces of nature might have been unified into one. Going back to the very beginning, everything we can see was compressed into a point smaller than an atom. What happened before that? What caused the Big Bang? What existed before the universe existed? We do not know. These questions take us beyond the edge of the map into territory where our current physics cannot guide us. Maybe someday we will know. Maybe it will always be a mystery. But it is a gentle mystery, not threatening or frightening, just unknown, waiting to be explored whenever we are ready, whenever we find new tools and new ideas and new ways of seeing. The universe has been patient for billions of years. It can wait a little longer for us to understand it better, and we can rest in that patience. We do not need to know everything tonight. You are getting sleepy now. Your thoughts are becoming softer, less distinct. The story is winding down, and so are you. Let me tell you one more beautiful thing. The atoms in your body were made in stars. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen you breathe. All of it was forged in the cores of massive stars that lived and burned out billions of years ago. Those stars scattered their contents across space when they exploded. The debris drifted for millions of years, eventually gathering into clouds, collapsing into new stars, forming planets, giving rise to life. You are made of star stuff. This is not poetry. It is literal truth. The elements that make up your body, could not have existed if not for stars that lived and ended before the sun was born. When you look at the night sky, you are looking at your ancestors. The stars that shine today are cousins of the stars that made you. The universe is a family, and you belong to it. This is what the map shows us. Not just distances and positions, but relationships, connections. A web of cause and effect that stretches back to the beginning and forward to the end. You are woven into that web. Your existence is not an accident or an afterthought. It is a consequence of everything that came before, a natural result of the universe doing what the universe does. And what the universe does, among other things, is create beings who can look back and understand where they came from. Beings who can feel gratitude and wonder. Beings who can rest in the knowledge that they belong. You belong. You have always belonged. You will always belong. The map extends in all directions. The story continues forever. But your part in it, for tonight, is simply to rest, simply to be, simply to let go. Tomorrow you can wonder again. Tomorrow you can explore again. Tomorrow the edge of the map will still be calling, inviting you further, promising more. But tonight is complete. Tonight is enough. Tonight you have traveled far enough. The stars are shining. The galaxies are turning. The ancient light is flowing through space, carrying its message from the beginning of time. And you are here, part of it all. Resting now, dreaming soon. The universe loves you. I know that sounds strange, but look at what it made. Look at the care it took. Look at the billions of years of patient work that led to this moment, to you lying here, wondering and resting. If that is not love, it is something very much like it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me take you on this journey. Good night from Edge of Mind. May your dreams be full of stars.